Hells if I mute myself. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the League of Dracula. This is the second game of the bronze medal match, third place playoff, whatever you want to call it, between Fangs of Fire playing as the Hunters in this one, and Mistergreen playing as Dracula. There will be spoilers, obviously, for Game 1, so if you don't want to know what happened in Game 1, maybe might be a good idea just to go back onto my channel, watch Game 1, and then come back to this. I wouldn't mind a tiebreaker. I wouldn't mind one. So this getting started here. And we have a very exciting game of Fear of Dracula ahead of us. Nobody in the chat at the moment, but that's okay. We started a little bit early too, so maybe you might be caught off guard a bit, and just given the time. What is it? It's 7 o'clock my time, so that's 6 UTC. 1 PM Eastern time, so I do appreciate that. You know, might be able to catch some people on their lunch break, potentially. Yeah, Europeans will be starting to come home from work, so we'll see if anybody manages to pop into the stream. If not, then it'll be on the channel forever. So I assume anybody who didn't want spoilers has turned off. So yeah, we have, this is the second game. In the first game, Mistergreen won by, I want to say 13 IDS. My memory is not very good, unfortunately. I'll have a quick look on the Discord. I think that's right. I think Fangs got 2 influence. It didn't make it to 4th week. So yeah, 13 IDS. So Mistergreen's got a good advantage here. If Fangs of Fire manages... Oh, local rumors? Nope, nothing in Bordeaux. That is fine. If Fangs of Fire manages to win this one, then we'll have to look at the IDS and see who gets the deciding role choice in the tiebreak. Yeah, it was 13 IDS. Okay, Rome and Granada ruled out. Okay, so if there is a Spain star here, because Iberia's left open, wasn't Granada for these first 2 locations, wasn't Rome either, because we did see some shenanigans with Rome. Was that the previous game or in another game? I can't remember now. All the games are kind of blown into one at this point. The other thing was too, for Game 1, the first attempt of Game 1 was aborted because there was a crash. Not that we've had many crashes in tournament games, fortunately. I think we've had about 170 games in total, and I can only think of 1 or 2, maybe 2, that finished in a crash so bad that the result had to be either the result had to be determined by a negotiation or it had to be replayed. I think it's only 2 or 3 in total, so it's pretty good, very, very good. And there's not as many. I mean, it's not even. I was saying there's not many bugs. There are like essentially no bugs at all in terms of the implementation of the cards and things that causes trouble. There are a couple of small things, but you know now we know that we can work around them, and they don't come up very often. So yeah, definitely been the most reliable tournament we've had to date. So, yep, in the league phase, these two were really close together. Fangs was number 3 seed after the league phase, finishing 3rd with 11 wins out of 16 games, if I got that right. And then Mistergreen was 1 win behind. But Mistergreen finished the league very strongly with 4 wins out of 4. Mistergreen's actually been on a really good run. He won his last 4 games in the league phase, won the quarterfinal 2-0, and then got a win against Pizza Wizard. I was only 1 influence away from the final. It was that close. So yeah, been on a really good run of form. Local rumors again in Bordeaux. I mean, it could have triggered something, but nope, that's somewhat unfortunate. Mistergreen has either forgotten to misdirect or has purposely not misdirected. We'll have to see if newspapers pop up here. Second hide scouts. So we had Rome and Granada before. Because we haven't got this first location misdirected, that's an extra space that Fangs might be able to hit here. Got him. Got him in Varna. Okay. So this looks like a Bucharest then. I mean, could be Salonika, Sofia, Belgrade, Sofia, but then there's a risk of the scan. Hell. Oh. It's like awkward typo. Okay, so Dracula's been found. He started in the east. Maybe not a huge surprise. Mistergreen's quite traditional in that sense, especially since here, Fangs is playing with the Pizza Wizard setup. Fangs has been changing his hunter setup in quite a lot of the games, trying to be maybe a little bit more unpredictable, which is fine. Every person's got their own strategy. I personally wouldn't do that myself, but Mystic Research on Mina as well, so that's going to get traded across. But that's okay. So to see now, now that Dracula's been discovered, how quickly does Fangs sort of respond to this and start sending hunters east to try and deal with the trail? Can Dracula potentially trap Mina into a nasty fight, or bats into a reckless vampire, something like that? It'll be interesting to see. Do the hunters even have movement on this side of the board to get over here to deal with these encounters? I mean, we don't know if the first encounter is on Sofia or Constanta. Probably Constanta would be my guess. It's just a little bit more of an extremity location, unless Mistergreen is trying to set up some sort of trap. Planned ambush on Mina is nice. That's a nice trade. Bit of a shame it's revealed, but you've only got one event, it's okay. And planned ambush is good on Mina. You can keep her safe. You can do some combos with Heavenly Host and Knife as well. So there's lots of cool things you can do with that. Haven't got a co-commentator currently, but somebody might pop in. We'll have to see. I do realise it's a Friday as well, and, you know, people might have after-work plans and things. I'll just quickly... plug in the Discord. Still not misdirecting. Very interesting. Unless Dracula here is planning some sort of lair strategy. Nothing discarded, which is very unusual. Quite a lot of initial sort of, two local rumors, both in the same person, was a bit unfortunate. The scouts were effective, so that's good. Okay, just keep going. Mina does have a horse, so she does have movement. But she does have to be careful how she moves, because she doesn't want to step into Dracula. So maybe if we think it's Constanta, Mina might move to Klausenberg and then try and hop into Constanta. We'll have to see. Newspaper reports? Okay. Oh, it was Sofia. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. That makes it even easier, because it's just a 2 yellow railway. Mina could also go into Sarajevo here with the horse, because Dracula's on this side of the board. You know, he's not... Sometimes when you discover Dracula's first location, in, say, Varna or Constanta, you don't know if Dracula is moving sort of the Sofia trail and being sort of south of the eastern part of the board, or is it the northern part with Klausenberg and Glatz and things, and you could easily just walk a hunter into him. He escapes his bat or kills the hunter. Seward is a little bit closer to the action here, so you can get involved. So, you know, it's, as hunters, you do always wonder how you're going to find Dracula and what sort of timing of that, so you can prepare certain things. Here, Fangs has got a lot of time to sort of prepare tickets, prepare items. Does Mistergreen throw down a rumor token here to try to sort of pressure the hunters to move? Because maybe the hunters might decide, we're not gonna really move into this, right? Because there's no rumor token, how bad can it be? It just depends. Depends on the equipment they've got. Apologies if there's any yawning. I'm a tad sleepy, even though I had my afternoon nap. It's a national holiday here in Spain today, so I'm a little bit in holiday mode. And especially now we put up the Christmas tree. So it definitely starting to feel a lot like Christmas and just wanting the holidays to be here. We've got a couple more weeks to go until that, and I've got my games against Pizza Wizard to play, so I can't relax too much. We're going to play them probably next weekend. That's the plan. We're at the 14th. 14th, 15th, we'll see what we can do in terms of organising all that. Okay, still no movement here. Good army supplied. Oh, excuse me. Crucifix, nothing should be abnormal. And discard pile. Still supplying. Mina might move. So what is thing? So Dracula could be in Bucharest now. Yeah. Is Mina gonna move today? Nope. Okay. So if they want to get to, yeah, if Fangs wants to get to Sofia in time, needs to get at least one good horse roll. Or, if it goes sort of via Zagreb, Sarajevo, or has to have the 2 yellow ready to go. But the problem is, if that's a delaying encounter, then Varna's going to mature. So, something that we're going to have to, something that will have to be considered. Okay, Godalming, Mina trading. Makes sense. Godalming's going to supply good stuff. It doesn't look like he's had to ditch a lot of good things. There's always a risk with Godalming. He ends up supplying all the knives, all the heavenly hosts, and then you're going to have to start discarding some of those things. But at the moment, it looks like things have worked out quite well. Interesting as well, being in the first game, both players were on their, at least statistically, stronger role. I don't know if it's their preferred role necessarily, for both of them. I know Fangs prefers Dracula, and that's okay. I don't know if Mistergreen would say he prefers Hunters, but at least statistically he was better on Hunters during the League phase. So now they have to swap onto their weaker faction, quote-unquote, for this. So it's going to be interesting to see how that sort of plays out. Fangs' win rate on Hunters, I think it's about 50-50 across the tournament, more or less. I can't remember the exact numbers, but about 50-50, which is still good. But we have seen him where he's been able to sort of blitzkrieg and win games very quickly, including the game in the League phase that Fangs and Mistergreen played against each other. I think there was like a fight in Iberia, if I remember rightly, and Mistergreen got caught quite quickly. That's the thing, like, even if win rates say a certain thing, anybody can just, you know, win a game very fast, right? If things just fall for them. So it'd be very interesting to see how it all pans out. If Mistergreen wins this game, then, you know, he claims 3rd place. If Fangs wins, then he'll go to a tiebreaker, and I'll have to look at IDS to see who gets the preferred role. Ooh, 2 stakes discarded. Ooh, okay, so does that mean they've already got a stake? Not adjacent to any hunters. Is there any way that he could be? No, he couldn't be adjacent to a hunter anyway, so it doesn't actually rule out anything. Kodami's still not moving. Unless it's a chartered carriage or something. Pistol discarded. I mean, they're getting quite a lot of events now. After the initial sort of flurry of Dracula events and sort of play immediately cards, they're starting to build up their event pool now. Mystic Research is good. Risk of a Hoax Mature could ruin that. It's only a false tip, so it's nothing... hasn't discarded anything too powerful. I don't know. Do the hunters want to use them now? I don't know. It's tricky. There's always a risk of a Hoax Mature. You can use Mystic Research to counter the hoax a little bit. You guarantee some night supplies. I prefer to use Mystic Research later in the game, when hunters are down on items, and because of the encounters and such, and they can move during the day and then supply at night, or if they want to just keep building up events. So I've got an itchy ear today. So I'm not a huge fan of an early Mystic research, but it's okay. I mean, is Van Helsing? I mean, Van Helsing would be full up on events, so maybe just wanted to use it to get it out of the way. If he had nothing that he's able to discard, that's fine too. Still supplying. Goodness. So it's just gonna ignore Sophia then? Okay. We'll have to see. Maybe Sophia's a trap. Maybe it's just bats or something. To try and push them away from the hoax in Varna or something. Don't know. Where's Dracula? Dracula went Constanta Bucharest. That's for certain. There could be a hide in Constanta. He could be in Galatz now, though. He could be in Klauserburg now. Could be in Belgrade now. I guess if it's a psychic scan, they'll tell us. Oh, did Gadaming Night supply? I missed that because I was talking too much. I'm gonna have a quick look at my other screen. Nope, he did tickets. Okay, so tickets for Gadaming, tickets for Seward. Okay. I guess maybe Van Helsing might night supply because he's got a spare event slot. So does Godalming, though. So does Seward. No rumor token. No rumor token. Okay, that's an event trade. Wax cylinders, unless should have picked up something that another hunter would need, like a hypnosis or Lucy's revenge. Okay, so he's not in Galatz then. He's either in Klausenburg or Belgrade. The problem is now, if he's in Belgrade, he might move into Sarajevo, and then if a hunter moves into Sarajevo, he could get Dracula will be there. I mean, the second scan at least tells you he's in Galatz, but it's maybe not a huge surprise. Oh, hang on a minute. If the starting location before Sofia was Belgrade, then he can't be in Belgrade now. But this could be Klausenburg and now moving into Belgrade, and there'll be a double encounter there. That's definitely a possibility. It says, shh, okay. Could be looking to try and triple up Sofia if the hunters don't move, and then move into Salonika if Salonika was the initial location. That's definitely a possibility. Until things start maturing, until the hunters start moving, there's not really much we can do. Why haven't the hunters moved? I'm very confused about all this. Like, you know the first location is Sofia. Like, I don't know why... Unless it's a chartered carriage, that will just deal with it now. But then if it's a delaying encounter, then how do you deal with Varna? Well, we'll have to see. Okay, sense of emergency. Don't know. Unless the tickets... unless there are 3 white ones on this side of the board. Is that the problem? Okay, so if Dracula is in Belgrade now, he's kind of trapped with Godalming here. Unless it's a bat or something. And then... Oh, but then Godalming won't vacate it in time. Especially since he didn't ambush with it. Seward has horses. Okay. Scary for Dracula, but good for hunters. Yep, that's fine. It's equidistant if you go to Geneva or whatever. That's good. That's fine. Van Helsing will supply just a Dracula event, but it's getting off the top. If no hoax matures, that's fine. Gotta be careful here. Dracula could be like in Budapest, looking to wolf form, or just even to move into Vienna, even. That's definitely a possibility. Could be Szeged, could be in Belgrade, could be now back in Galatz, but he's kind of trapped behind his own trail, so probably won't do that. I bet Dracula's in Budapest here. And he's waiting for Mina to move out. And then he can go into Vienna. And then we'll form out of Vienna or go up to Prague. Risky because of consecrated ground, but, you know, might just risk it early anyway. We'll have to see. Oh, now we got a flurry of people watching. I knew it was going to take a bit of time because of the the timing of the match and stuff, and it's all a little bit last minute. It's okay to lurk. You can lurk if you wish. So if you see me looking over this way, it's because I got a second monitor here, where I've got the game up, when I've got the live stream up. Feel free to lurk. That's absolutely fine. But if you want to say hi in the chat and ask me any questions or whatever, then feel free. Mina's still supplying. I mean, as long as these... Oh, another stake being discarded. That's 3 stakes that have been discarded, by the way, people. Hide Scouts. Good card. He's in Sarajevo. Right, so he went Belgrade after Klausenberg. Unless there was a hide in here. No, there couldn't have been a hide. Could there be a hide? No, can't be a hide. Yeah, there we go. So as long as these mature effects are not very deadly. Okay, bodyguards. I mean, does he have a weapon? He does have a weapon. He took 2 damage from the sense of emergency. I'm just going to be a little bit careful here. He can't be very aggressive. I do see some hunter plays in this situation. If Dracula looks to move into Valona, Gadami might just walk into Valona and ignore Varna. But the problem is he's down 4 health. He's slightly vulnerable. With the rifle, it's a little bit better. He can block claws a little bit more easily, but... Okay. Wax cylinders is good, but I think it's impossible. We could have gone Cassandra Hyde. No, it's impossible for Hyde to be on the trail. So that just tells Dracula never to hide. I assume what Dracula's going to do here is go into Valona, wait for Gadami to vacate Sofia, go back into Sofia, and double it up, and then go into Salonika. Unless Valona is this lair location. I mean, they're going to have 3 well-equipped hunters, right? The problem is if Mistergreen is seeing all these stakes in the discard pile, and because they're in the east where it's harder to resupply because there are not as many big cities, Dracula might start throwing down lots of vamps, fighting vamps here, and just putting rumors on them. Didn't use the rumor in the first week, so it means once Monday hits, would be tomorrow, Dracula will have 2 rumor tokens at his disposal. So Gadami has to go and deal with Varna, most likely. Gotta be careful here. Van Helsing doesn't move across quickly enough. You could end up in a situation where these 3 hunters are sort of sucked into the east a lot to try and deal with a lot of encounters. And rumor tokens. Dracula then just leaves, and then there's nobody covering, you know, sort of the Italia, Gallia portion of the board. We'll have to see. Maybe not enough urgency from Fangs in terms of moving to deal with these encounters a little bit quicker, but maybe was worried about Dracula just moseying through this corridor before Sudom was in position to block it. That's understandable. Unless there's a trade that needs to be done. So, I assume now Dracula's in Valona. I assume he hasn't gone into Zagreb, but it's Mistergreen. He has been known to do some crazy things in the past. So we'll have to see. Okay, Mina's now moving. Risky. One was the Sarajevo's bats in phase. Okay, no, he's going this way. Okay, that makes sense. You're going to deal with the... Yes, we knew that. Yes, we know there's Belgrade. So that was a safe spot for her to move into. That's fine. I mean, Zaged would also be in a safe spot, but she's now closer to... She can get to Constant more easily. She can get to Perez more easily. That's good. Gadami has the last stake. Okay, Gadami's getting beaten up here. If the next thing's a vampire, an ambush might kill. If you can get 4 damage in. Gadami's going to be a little bit careful here. But it also means Dracula can be a little bit more aggressive in the sense of walking onto lair locations like Sofia, like Salonika it has to be. Because he can just sit there and go, well, what are you going to do about it? Yeah, Seward's well equipped, Mina's well equipped, but what's Gadami going to do? Gadami's only got 4 health, he can easily die. He might have just... He'll have a turn... Well, we'll see. Will Dracula risk going into Sofia, or would rather just go into Salonika? I think maybe you take the risk. I think maybe you take the gamble, move into Sofia here, throw down a double encounter, rumor it. Okay, that's a night supply, but Mystic Research is in play. That's okay. So there are... oh, we're discarding a rifle. So Seward is well equipped then. There were 5 Hunter cards at the bottom, and that's the first one that's being used. As you can see... Hello to everybody watching. Hope you've had a good Friday. So far, I realise quite a lot of you maybe haven't finished your workday. If you're catching this during your lunch hour or something. Okay, Mina supply, so it's down to 3 now. Okay. But then, if Dracula's not careful, he could get pounced on by 3 hunters and then just dies. If he overstays his welcome, with all this, the whole trail full of encounters. So, we'll have to see. It'll be interesting to see how much risk Dracula plays here, how well equipped the hunters are. We know Mina's got planned ambush, Seward's discarding a rifle, so he must be pretty well equipped. I assume he'll have a Heavenly Hose and at least one other weapon if he's doing that. Doesn't have a stake, because we saw the last stake on Kadalme. So, Seward's probably got Horse, Heavenly Host, probably a knife, and then another gun would be my guess. Unless he's got a gun and Holy Bullets, and wants to then... has to keep that Holy Bullet slot open. We'll have to see. We will have to see. Does Gadaming even have... What happens if you put something like a bats and then some sort of maybe like a mob in Sofia? Because then if Gadaming jumps in, you could mob him back into Varna. Okay. So that's a lair in Varna. Is Dracula now going to go back to Sofia? Possibly. We'll have to see. Nope. He's gone back to his starting location. Okay. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, it's good. But problem is now you're kind of trapped in behind your trail. Unless he goes to Sofia next turn, but then Sofia means he's even in closer proximity to all these hunters. Do you go to Sofia now where you've got the chance? Don't know. Don't know, it's a tricky one. Okay, 2 guns discarded on Gadalming, so he's kept the horse. No, he doesn't have a horse. Well, if he does, he hasn't revealed it. So he sends for emergency. So he has a stake. And he must have 2 other good things then, if he's discarding all that stuff. Sarajevo is on the trail. Is Sur going to jump into Sarajevo, or is he going to jump into Szeged? He's going to jump into Sarajevo. But if Sarajevo's a bats, that gives Dracula time to go back into Sofia and then misdirect Valona, misdirect Varna. Oh no, you don't have to misdirect because move into Varna. We'll have to see. Are you ambushing? I don't know. Do you ambush here? I guess it depends on what the card is. If it's a bats, maybe you try and do it. You're not ambushing. Okay. I assume Mina's going to go to Constante here to try and deal with that. If she rolls slow, though... nope. Tech economy is really well set up, by the way. I think that's all... It's been all 2 so far. So, yeah. Horse economy is looking very good from Fangs this side of the board. Which makes life a lot easier. You don't have to stress and worry about, oh, I could roll 1 here, so I'm going to have to move an extra space to try and sort of prepare for that. Nope. If you're guaranteed the 2 every time, you don't have to think as much, which is good. It makes life a lot easier. Ooh, a new vampire in Sarajevo, and obviously there's no stake. You know the stake's on Gadalme. It's only 3 points if this matures, so I mean the Huns are never going to kill this, when you've got this rumor token behind it. That's the problem with putting a vampire down like this. If he's able to do a lot of damage to Seward, I know Seward can heal up a lot, but it means then for the next 1 or 2 turns, Seward is a lot more vulnerable. And cannot pounce in as aggressively onto Dracula. So it does give Dracula a little bit more time. Dracula's not forced to go out to sea immediately. I can go to Sofia, and then maybe we'll form to Athens, hide, and then leave or something. We'll have to see. Okay, plotting. Okay, nice plotting there. Dodge makes sense, because you want to maybe try and dodge the double claws. Especially if there is the possibility of a fight very, very soon. Then, yeah, you definitely want to try to dodge, if possible. But good plotting there by Mistergreen. So I guess the question is, does he throw out a strength? Which is normally the thing that you do, but in the case that this is a night fight, right? So it's a slightly different situation. If you've got claws, do you maybe play claws? Is Seward going to play... Okay, he does play claws, try and get more damage. Okay. So, this is different to a day fight. When you day fight, you play strength, because the hunter will just escape. You're guaranteeing the 2 damage, because the escape is cancelled. In this case, it's a night fight. Guaranteeing this 4 damage here is really nice. Because Seward is mesmerized, the vampire can never play Fangs to do damage. So clawing is really nice. So, what do you do here? Do you try to plot again? I mean, Seward's never going to die here, I don't think. Unless suddenly Fangs plays aggressive. Fangs is interesting. Okay. Blocks the Fangs. I mean, if the vampire claws here, Seward will be down to 1 health with no action, so he's going to have to stay put. He's fanging. Okay, maybe he didn't have the second claws. It could have been better, but he did 4 damage, that's not going to stick as much. But he got the bite, which could be very useful if able to fang a heavenly host or something later. Gets the influence point as well. That vampire's done its job. That vampire is never going to mature, I don't think. Because, you know, Mistergreen will want to prioritize this double encounter with the rumor token behind it. Okay. Risky stuff here. This could be another vamp. You never know. Okay, it is a vamp, but it's an aristocratic one. This is a good dilemma. The hunters might let this go. Because it wipes 3 encounters. Okay, this new vampire they're never going to have to worry about anyway. But it wipes the next 2 things. Okay. Fangs has decided to delay to not give up the points. So I guess then... Is Gadami going to prioritize going to Bucharest? Gadami's on 5 health. I mean... it's a really difficult decision. I don't know. I would maybe play aggressive here. You know Mina's delayed, so Mina cannot get into the fight. If you move into Sofia, Mina can't get into the fight. She's delayed. So you've got a 5 health Gadami and a 5 health Seward who's also bitten. Revealing wax cylinders makes a lot of sense because that was already revealed. I think you could put a lot of pressure on the hunters here if you do that. Because imagine then if Bucharest matures behind it, right? You know, if the hunters try and take a bad fight, they get beaten up, one of them dies, then suddenly Bucharest matures, and that's something, like another vamp. You know, Dracula could be up to sort of 7, 8 points already. And then they're going to potentially have rumoured things behind it they have to deal with. I would maybe play aggressive here. But I also understand that Dracula might just hide in Salonika. I would maybe bait... Yeah, because Gadami's going to have to move on to Bucharest today, right? So I'd maybe try and get him out of Varna, and then Dracula can move into Varna. That's then risky, because you got Mina close by, Seward close by. We'll have to see. Spies would be kind of good here for Dracula to try and disrupt You know, if you know that the hunters have got... Actually, no. Can Gadami even get to Bucharest? Because he doesn't have horses, right? Unless he does, but he hasn't... He's chosen not to use them. Because he sends emergency to Sofia, then moved normally to Varna, I think? I don't think he revealed a horse to do that. It'd be better for Mistergreen if he has a horse, because then you know the Gadami has one combat item fewer. He only has End the Stake and the rifle. Oh, what? Okay, that's a hide. I assume that's a hide. Oh no, he got rid of the Sofia lair. Oh. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. I suppose in this way he does... I guess now, by clearing the lair, the hunters don't know if he's hidden in Salonika or if he's moved into Sofia. Hey, Wisakajik. Yeah, Mistergreen is doing lairs. Not as much as you would normally do. He's only got one on the board. He could have had another one. Yeah, yeah, your eyes do not deceive you. Yeah, by all means, the game will be available. Oh. Okay, dealing with Belgrade. Okay, I guess that's the way you deal with it. He goes to deal with Belgrade. Sur can go and deal with Bucharest. Yeah. That makes sense. Again, Seward's vulnerable here. What happens if it's another fighting vamp? Yeah, that's nice. I don't know if he will win the game, but he won my heart. Oh, that's nice. It's a good use of tickets to get back to Belgrade. So I guess that's maybe why Mina took quite a while to think about dealing with a vampire or not. Trying to work out, do you have the tickets and movement to get around that yellow 2 ticket doesn't disrupt horse economy, so that's good. So Dracula is now in... Oh, Charlotte Carriage. Where are you off to? Charlotte Carriage from Le Havre isn't great if you're going eastward. If you're going... You can go to Genoa. Don't know. Is that necessary? Maybe. We'll see. Does Dracula play really risky here and go into Varna, where there's a lair? Oh, rats. Oh, man. He didn't reveal the gun. Okay, so that could be layered, and Mr. Green could return to it later if he wanted to. Ooh, good spy. Very good spy. Okay, rifle being discarded on Seward. I bet he has Knife Heavenly Host. I reckon that's what he's got. See, the problem is, if Mr. Green has hidden in Salonika, that's fine. If he's in Sofia now, what does he do? Don't know. I feel... The hunters are really beating themselves up because of this trail. I feel you need to try and sort of press your advantage here as Dracula and force them into either a really bad fight, or you just keep laying down loads of things. Maybe as Dracula, if you're in Sofia, you actually look to wolf form to Zagreb. And you'll be able to sneak through this corridor here. While they're all still floundering around trying to deal with all this stuff. Rats doesn't mature, so that's fine. Sarajevo Vampire probably won't mature. You got Valona to deal with, and then it depends. Are there 2 fighting vampires in Salonika? Probably. But is this a hide? So does Gadamin get delayed? If there are 2 fighting vamps, fine. You can stake one of them, but how do you kill the other one? Deck hasn't reset, so those stakes are still in discard. How many holy bullets are in discard? Only one. Yeah, one. So maybe. I really. I don't know how I don't know how I feel about this. Maybe I would die here, but I would play way more aggressive here. You have the hunters in a really bad spot. I think you can really force the issue and throw down even more stuff. Because yes, it's just you're gonna just send. Uh-oh. What's in Bucharest? Something that can hit both of them would be really good. What's Sud got? 5 health. He'll be fine. Oh, Wolves isn't really nice. Oh man, Dracula should stay on land, I think. Imagine he's in Sofia now and this happened. You've got so much advantage. Oh, what? He has a knife? I thought he had a rifle. Sud has no weapons! Oh, what? No. Oh, wow. Dracula should have stayed on land here, I think. He could... Oh, wow. He could have really punished this. He's just giving the hunters time. They can just let the rumor token mature, and they're all going to head westward. They just give up the 7 points. I think... I really feel Dracula had to stay on land here. I think he should have gone into Sofia, and then started wolf forming west, or maybe going to Athens, then he has to go to sea. But you're just going to drag the hunters around even more. If you get the timing right... Sofia would have been a lair. He's left... No. Do the hunters give up 7 points here? Okay, so they're going to trade... maybe then Sud has double Heavenly Host then. Maybe that's what's happening. Double Heavenly Host and... What's his other item? If he has no weapons. Does he have a crucifix? Yeah, maybe he has a crucifix. He day supplied, right? So maybe he had double Heavenly Host and a rifle. Maybe that's what's happening. And maybe he's supplied Consecrated Ground because he wants to keep the Heavenly Host. I think things like these two things are irrelevant, right? Rats don't have a mature effect. This vampire, Dracula's never going to mature Sarajevo, given you got a rumor token thing behind it. And this is a hide. The scary thing is the hide, right? This combo could be deadly, depending on how the hunters walk into it. But, if the hunters somehow survive it, maybe they kill both of these things. Or Dracula gets 7 points. And 7 points is nice, don't get me wrong. He'd be up to 8. He only has to move maximum 3 days in the final week if we take Vampire Lair into account as well. I guess the only good thing is he could go Tyrrhenian Mediterranean and then Wolf Form into Iberia. Van Helsing is potentially not in a position to deal with it. So he's Thursday going to Tyrrhenian, Friday, Saturday. He's still going to survive over a week. And the hunters can sort of reposition and heal up and supply quite easily. Unless Dracula here only moves 2 sea spaces. Maybe he goes into Adriatic then Wolf forms, and they don't know if it's Tyrrhenian or Adriatic. That's a possibility. thought Gadami had a rifle. Where did I get that information from? Did he supply and discard it? Oh, he discarded pistol and rifle at one point. So he must have kept the knife. So he has knife stake. What's his other item? Heavenly Host? I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out though, soon enough. Unless Sud had double horse, and that's why this trade was really important. Does Dracula wolf from Trinity to Marseille? Trap Van Helsing in fog and then keep moving. Mina's nowhere near for Psychic Scan. Hypnosis, though, is definitely a possibility. What's Valona gonna be? I mean, if Mina can deal with Valona. Okay. Blood transfusion. Doesn't remove the influence, though. Day healing. I just feel with... I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And... You know, I can't see the cards that Fangs has, and I can't see what Mistergreen has, right? But I just feel... With the Hunters really beating themselves up on this trail. Yeah, they had movement, but they're really sort of beating themselves up. I think you could have maybe played really aggressive and got into soft field and put down double encounter and basically said to the Hunters, alright, come on then. Come on then. Are you gonna jump in on me or not? You could even misdirect Sarajevo and move there. And then keep going. And the Hunters are then in a really tricky spot. Because they're letting you get away, but they've also got this 7-point thing behind, right? And you got another Rumor token to go. Is Dracula gonna go into Cagliari? And just throw down a vampire Rumor token? Did he play Blood Transfusion? Yeah, he played Blood Transfusion. Sud got bitten because of the knife fight with this Sarajevo vampire. Got beaten up, took 4 damage and the bite. Hey, Gyro. If you're not busy, Gyro, if you're at work, fair enough. Or if you're doing something else, fair enough. But if you want to join, I'm in the Discord VC. If you want to hop in, feel free. More than welcome. But yeah, it's very cool we played Blood Transfusion. We've seen everything now. We got a fog, people. So Mina can't deal with this. She's trapped for longer. She can supply, which is good for the Hunters, but she's trapped for longer. So I don't know what you do as Dracula here. Do you move one more seed space and then wolf form from Mediterranean, or do you wolf form now? So these two Hunters are going to have to deal with this. The two stronger Hunters, but they have got beaten up quite a bit. You're en route home. That's alright, Gyro. No problem. Drive safe now. Don't want you having an accident on because of me. Or because of the live stream. Imagine Dracula's in Adriatic and he lands on top of Mina. And then goes into a night fight with her. She does have planned ambush though, so that'll make it a little bit risky. I just feel if the fight in like Sofia had gone really badly, Dracula can get into the castle quite easily. And then get back out. I just feel Dracula had a lot of pressure here in the east and maybe didn't utilize it fully. I guess it depends on how much lead he can build here with his movement. I'm just going to maybe assume that they ignore this Rumor token. Mina went to Valona on the off chance that it was a hoax. But the fact that it's a fog... that tells the Hunters a lot. That's a fog that's gone. Maybe they just ignore this stuff. He's wolf forming. He's wolf forming. That makes sense. There's a newspaper. No real surprise. We knew it was Salonika. That's okay. No need for wax cylinders either. I probably would have held on to that and played the Wax Cylinders to reveal it instead, because then now that's one event fewer that Godami's got. You might have ended up discarding it anyway, but you just never know. Still supplying. How much? Yeah, how much of League can Dracula build up here? That's the last Holy Bullet's gone. Oh no, the deck's now... Yeah, and deck has just reset. Yeah, yeah. So technically all Holy Bullets were discarded, but there were 2 in discard, so there are 2 that are possible. Is Sur going to deal with this? I don't know about that. If he's going backwards, that's fine. Sarajevo's lair, so you got to be careful with that. Budapest is safe. Szeged is safe. Yeah, he's going backwards. Yep. So it looks like they're just going to leave this be. Now, if this was all a bluff, and it's not double vampire, but it's a hoax vampire, now that would be nice. Even better. Even better. But realistically, it's going to just be a double vampire. We haven't seen any fighting ones apart from the one in Sarajevo. No problem with Sud moving away like that. Can't get the double heal. Van Helsing didn't move in any way, so we don't know if it's Marseille. Money Trail is fine. Ooh. So he's closer to Seward than he would have been if he got a Turinian. Is he in Munich? The problem is Seward can check Munich tomorrow. Ah, I see. This is why I don't like this sea movement. I think you've just given time for the Huns to recover. Gave them an easy decision. Ignore the vampire and just keep chasing. Although, if this vampire matures, then that means that no matter what happens, Mistergreen will have his preferred role in the tiebreak. Hey, Skybreaker's here. Hello to everybody watching. I've seen the view count fluctuating a bit. I know the time is a bit awkward for people to watch this, potentially. Especially those across the pond. But feel free to say hi in chat, if you so wish. If you want to lurk, that's fine too. Bold going Adriatic. Yeah, I guess it depends on where he's gone. If he's gone to Milan, to potentially try to fool Van Helsing to move off that spot, it's not too bad, but I don't like it. He's now closer to Seward. He could have wolf formed there, but it's very unlikely that he would have done that. Now, that would have been very bold if he'd wolf formed from Adriatic all the way over Mina. Sarajevo's on the tray, or is a layer rather. Oh, can you imagine if he wolf formed there? I bet he's gone to Munich. I bet that's what he's done. Yep. Oh, and he's only now 1 space away from Seward. Never mind. We got bats. Okay, so that really good use of bats there. No forewarned. I guess... Where's the 3rd horse? I'm really confused. Van Helsing must have it. Mistergreen Classic forgot he can't wolf form past a fog port and wanted to head into Sofia. Oh, there's the 3rd horse. No, I think that's been fixed, Roscoe. I think that's been fixed. Well, it should have been fixed. That was one of the things that came up with the Immortal update. I think it's been fixed, but the problem is because it's something that doesn't happen very often. But you're right. That was a thing with the old version of the game. Because Valona was a layer / on the trail at that point, you weren't able to wolf form over it or through it. But the thing is, because Mr. Green is so old school, he might not have realized that it's been changed. Yeah, you're right. Maybe he didn't get the memo. You're right. Yeah, good use of bats. I was wondering if the there'd be a bat here with this hide, but maybe this hide is a damaging encounter because these hunters were really low health. So yeah, maybe it's not a bat here. But there's been a fog being used in Valona, that's the thing. Deck will reset soon, but then with this vampire maturing, it actually won't change soon. You need 4 more turns. Oh, you didn't realize it being changed, Roscoe. That's okay. Well, hey, if you didn't realize, I mean, to be fair, the list of changes was huge, so no disrespect for not realizing. But then there's a good chance that Mistergreen doesn't know either. Or maybe the bug still persists, because there was a... When these two were playing their first game, it was a similar thing. When Fangs was trying to go into Genoa, wolf forming through Marseille that was on the trail, or might be in a lair. I was on it. Okay. It's 7 points. There was no hoax or something to combine with it. That's fine. The game crashed. But it wasn't a crash in the sense that the game didn't let Fangs do it. Like, Fangs was able to wolf form into Genoa, but for some reason it disconnected with Mistergreen's side, and also from the spectator side. And we were sitting there going, you haven't made your move. And he's like, no, I have made my move. And we couldn't get it fixed. So anyway. Okay. So, 8 points for Mistergreen. So no matter what happens, Mistergreen is guaranteed... well, if he wins this game, then he wins... And he gets 3rd place. But if Fangs is able to pull it back, Mistergreen will have his preferred role for the tiebreaker because of the influence value as is right now. So yeah, good play in terms of getting that rumor to mature. But as I was saying earlier, I think Mistergreen could have got even more advantage out of it. But maybe, I mean, maybe not. Maybe not because... If that vampire matures, it wipes the next 2 things on the trail. So the Sophia layer, or double encounter thingy, wouldn't have matured the Sarajevo phase. So I don't know. It's maybe Mistergreen made the right choice. If Sud had forewarned jumping into those bats, different story. But he's got a couple of turns. I don't know how I feel about this. What if there's another fog here? What if there's bats here? Oh, it's rats again. Of course, he doesn't have horses. He's going to find it so difficult to get out. Maybe he's going to go by sea then. So he can avoid the Sarajevo layer, which has a new vampire and something else. Sud's delayed. Van Helsing has horses, but then he's only got 2 combat items. I assume that Dracula's in Leipzig right now. If he's in Strasbourg, though, that's decent. He can get onto the North Atlantic coast quite easily. Okay, no real surprise there. Yeah, let's go, Drac. No, there's no surprise that you're wanting Drac to win, Roscoe. You're not very subtle about that. It's definitely a good start for him. Hunters are well tooled up, though. That's right, Skybreaker. No worries. Oh, wait. Oh, they're just going Adriatic. Interesting. Why didn't mean a horse? She could have got to Zagreb. Oh, well. Okay. It is an exciting game. Yeah, Dracula got discovered really early in Varna with hired scouts. But I don't know why. We'll have to see Fangs' perspective to know. But because of maybe movement or items and such, the hunters were a little bit slow moving across. That Salonika thing that matured, it was actually Dracula's starting location, which he led and then managed to get back to. I was trying to propose that Dracula should try and also go into Sofia that got led, so you have 2 encounters and then 2 more encounters, but Hunters got beaten up, Seward got bitten, but then Blood Transfusion took it away, so we saw Blood Transfusion get used. It's in the discard pile, but it actually got used, it didn't get discarded. So yeah, it's quite a lot of stuff has happened, but no sort of killing blow onto a hunter. Hunters can easily recover from 8 fluents down. The big problem would be if they don't have a stake, how are they going to get rid of this vampire? They might supply it. 3 went into the discard pile. How many turns is Gadami going to get there in time? Nuremberg moves to here. Adriatic. Venice. Munich. Ooh, Gadami will just get to Nuremberg in time. Let's see. Nothing else stops him. Yeah, we haven't seen any big events for the Hunters. They have got quite a lot. We've got Money Trail to discover the Adriatic. But apart from that, nothing really... I mean, Sense of Emergency is powerful. Oh! We got a CG, folks. Put it straight into Strasbourg. I guess you want to rule it out. Okay, this is nice, though. This is nice. Dracula hasn't got wolf form. So he's going to be now trapped in Leipzig for a turn. Yeah, okay. This could be the turning point, which makes sense, because we did see some things earlier in terms of... Sud was running around with no weapon after he just had to discard a rifle. So it looks like he was keeping Heavenly Host, which is not really Fangs' memo. But then I did say at one point, maybe there's a Consecrated Ground. And there is a Consecrated Ground. So I presume here that Dracula is in Leipzig. He's now trapped in Leipzig. He can hide in Leipzig. Or he's in Frankfurt. He can hide in Frankfurt. But then that means Van Helsing can get ahead of him to block the port. Seward can get into position. Mina can get into Venice. And then if there's a renewed vigor, she might be able to get enough movement to get into the fight as well. This is not great for Dracula. He's still got a week to go. And this is the problem, right? The Hunters have kind of resupplied. They've healed up. They're quite threatening. Hide or feed? Yeah, he could also feed. Yep. He could be in Prague as well. Oh, hang on a minute. Is there any way he could be in Zurich? Oh, where was Van Helsing? I think Van Helsing was in Zurich, right? He was in Genoa for ages. But then when Seward discovered him, did he move into Zurich? I think he did. Maybe too early for CG? Possibly. I guess it depends on the movement of the Hunters. If you've got these three, minus Godalming, with... Okay, it looks like he's moved between Leipzig. Unless he's in Prague and he's gone down into Vienna now. It maybe is too early for CG. But I guess the question is, if you can block the Hamburg port... He was horsed to Milan. Okay, so he could be in Zurich. Could he have gone from Nuremberg to Zurich? I'm going to have to check the stream on my phone to try and find it, because that's pretty important. If Zurich was covered, then we know where he... If he got into Zurich somehow, then this is really bad. He could now be in Marseille. Let me rewind a little bit. Okay, so this is the thing. I think if the Hunters can sort of get ahead a little bit, and be able to corral him a certain way... Oh, maybe that... Oh, that move maybe tells me that Zurich was not blocked then. Oh, you're right. He did go from Milan. Oh, yeah, I really don't like that CG then. Oh. Never mind. Oh, bats again? On a rumor token. Wow. Yeah, okay. Okay, so based upon all that's happened, yeah, I think you're right, Roscoe. CG was too early. The fact that Zurich couldn't get ruled out... There's a heroic leap. Oh, but what if Nuremberg is a fighting vamp? Van Helsing could die here. Dracula can move to Hamburg for free and feed. I think if Dracula was definitely in Leipzig, I think it makes... I think it... Oh. Oh, it's a saboteur. It's not even a fighting vamp. Oh my goodness. Oh, this trail's awful. Boo, says Mr. Oh, wow. Okay. Because if he was definitely in Leipzig, I think the Consecrated Ground was good, because you could block the port city, all of the Hunters could get, you know, with renewed vigor, Mina could get to Munich and then into, like, Leipzig alone, you know, where Seward could have been in Nuremberg today, right? So yeah, I don't like the CG, but the Heroic Leap has now actually swung it really well into the Heroic Leap is actually kind of big here. Because Dragon's gonna have to try to feed before he goes to sea. He's gonna go Hamburg and then go to Britannica. Well, now that CG's off the table, he can go into Britannica, and he'll be able to wolf form in or wolf form around if he's desperate to get to another coastline. So actually, Britannica's really open for him now. Why is Speedy Telegraph getting played? What's the benefit of Speedy Telegraph here? Load them in. Yeah, I mean, the bluff is good, except when Mistergreen knew he had wax cylinders, and it's strange that he would not ambush with when Van Helsing went into Nuremberg, knowing that there's a fight potentially imminent. I mean, this is still good though. All of them are within horse range of Hamburg. So what does Dracula do? Does Dracula feed and try and bait them onto fog? Mina Van Helsing ping Germany? But he couldn't have got out of Germany though. Right? He was in Leipzig. He couldn't have got out of Germany. If you want, you play Speedy Telegraph and Renewed Vigor next round to ping to see if he somehow got into Prague. And then you go for it. It's a very risky CG because there are just so many ways that Dracula could have moved. But the fact that Zurich didn't get checked was a huge... Imagine if Dracula went into Zurich and then he went into Marseille. He's completely avoided all of the CG. Could have got pounced on for the Heroic Leap, but still. These rumor tokens aren't doing anything for him. So that's a kind of definitely a resource that's been wasted. That hasn't worked out for him. This game's in the balance, you know. I feel like with Dracula being on only 6 health, I think the advantage is on the Hunters here. All it takes is one excellent weather and a Hunter gets over to Britannica, and Dracula's in real trouble. Real trouble. He's got to survive a long time at sea. And then once a Rufus suddenly gets pulled, if he suddenly goes, oh, I'll play Pirate Drag, I'll go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Would he even have enough health? I don't think he has enough health to do that. Don't know. His only way now is he just wolf forms into Britannica, lays a trail, tries to feed. Yeah, I don't think you take the risk there. In feed. You're just asking for trouble. What if he didn't pull his second fog? I assume he has got it. But it could easily be the last card in the deck. This is nice. That's good. Ugh. Renewed Vigor with excellent weather. He can get into Manchester tomorrow. Yeah, Dracula's gonna have a real problematic game now. This is gonna be really problematic. It was more the Heroic Leap that did it, and not the CG. The CG was a little bit restrictive because it did limit where you could go. But CG wasn't the killing blow that I thought it would be. We haven't seen any excellent weathers, I don't think. No. No, not yet. So I assume that's a trade for the horse. I assume. Mina's going to deal with Frankfurt. Now, Frankfurt's a fighting vamp, but there's a planned ambush. I just landed Edinburgh and feed. Keeps the wolf form to navigate around Seward if need be. Possibly. Seward could still get to Edinburgh with a excellent weather 2 white ticket. But I guess I presume in that sort of situation that maybe Sewer does not have a white 2. He's trying to play horse economy, so you might only have white 1s. But you're keeping the 1 HP? Yeah, I think so. Is it a big difference between 3 HP and 4 HP, though, when a Heavenly Host will just kill you? Ah, it's a real tricky one. That heroically was nasty. And the fact that then there was no, like, damaging encounter to push Van Helsing into. So you couldn't punish him for it. I assume Van Helsing has a weapon. But imagine you push him into a fighting vamp. Imagine there's a fighting vamp in Nuremberg. 1 claw, Van Helsing's dead. I know there could be great strength, but you have to work off the assumption there isn't one. The feed takes him to 7. Yeah. I mean, when he initially lands, I'm expecting. Okay, I'm expecting a renewed vigor, excellent weather play. That's what I'm thinking. But yes, the feed would be good. No, but he's taking extra C damage here. Is he just gonna go to Island? Because, but then maybe that's his play. Stall the hunters by going into Ireland. Let's think. North Atlantic's here. So Galway, Hyde, Dublin, Feed, Irish Sea. Yeah, you don't have to take Darkcore anymore to get off Ireland in time. You land now. You feed on Saturday. Oh, he's not taking any points in the 4th week by doing that. Take advantage of no Rufus. Yeah. Yeah, maybe he's going to move... Do you move 2 or 3 C spaces, though? What of his hypnosis? Don't know. Don't know. This is going to be a really close finish. This is going to be really tight. The timing is not good for Mistergreen here in terms of if he lands now, he's not going to gain any points. Although he could just go Irish Sea, and he would have enough health to get into Britannica. And then move again. What was a vampire that gets played? I think the fact that Sue's just sitting here. But then Sue could still go with a normal move and then excellent weather to Galway. But that's a huge risk. What if Dracula's gone into, like, London, right? Does... Oh, this game! Bloody Rufus just appearing as Dracula, he appears at times, which is so suboptimal. But really good for Fangs. This really limits what Dracula can do now. Dracula cannot move any more C spaces, because he's going to be so... You know, he's just going to lose all his health. Maybe just land. There's no CG to worry about, so you can just land in Galway. Yeah, the timing's just terrible. If he dark calls to delay... Well, maybe. Maybe, do you go into Galway, feed, and then dark call? So then you can get at least 3 points on the Monday, and then you go to sea, then you just land to win? What about Vampire Lair? Vampire Lair could easily screw this up. We'll have to see. Ooh. It's a new person. Managed to get to 2nd sea just in time. Yeah, that's true. That's true. They have to choose between 2. And also, North Atlantic could, if he does wolf form, this could be a Santander, right? So... Okay, Dex reset. So Dracula definitely has his 2nd fog. Will he be able to draw the 3rd one? Do the Huns have forewarned? Just help me on what's Drax for. I literally just said that, Philly. Oh, just got answered. Nice. There you go. Caught it. Good. Welcome to the game. If anyone wants to hop on for commentary for the finale, I'm in one of the voice channels in the Discord, so just feel free to hop on. If not, no worries. No pressure. Oh, Aggie. Oh. How's your luck? There, you went to Galway. God, Fangs is really getting the run of the cards. Hey, you mock Roscoe. But if it wasn't for the chat that you and other community members gave me when I first joined the community, would I have stayed? Alright. If we can attract more people, that's good. Okay, so, oh, he's using excellent weather now? To go to North Atlantic. Whoa! I don't know about that one. He's not guaranteed to go to Britannica. Well, that's good for Dracula. Because, it means now that Seward is no threat to him in the immediate time, right? So, unless Seward X and Webb's into Dublin. Oops, I'm playing with stuff and dropping stuff on my desk. He could get an X and Web and get into Dublin. But this gives Dracula time to feed, to move, to hide. He's not getting any influence, right? Well, let's see. He feeds now. He moves into Dublin on Sunday. Oh, he could hide. He'd get the 3 points from the hide. And then he could just go Irish Sea, then land to win. If he doesn't hide in Galway, he can misdirect Galway to go back there. I don't know how I feel about this excellent weather. They've also got Hamburg to worry about. What if Hamburg's a vampire? They have to deal with it. I assume Van Helsing will go and deal with it. Oh. There's the Saboteur. Oh, there's another card in there too. Gets rid of it. Oh! And the other thing does an ambush. Okay, where's Mina going? Is she gonna do with Hamburg, or is she gonna go over here? She's going to Amsterdam. She got excellent weather to get into Ireland then. I don't know how I feel about Seward going here. I think he had time to get another hunter in. I think Gadami, as Seward had to go here to pressure. Either go to... yeah, I don't know how I feel. If Seward has a second excellent weather and then there's an Norwegian Vigor on top of it, then it's good. Because he could block Dracula in. And Dracula will have to move into him. Unless Dracula moves now. Maybe Dracula has to move now to guarantee the move into Dublin. He could go into Dublin, then feed, and then hide. And then could misdirect Galway to go back there. A vampire I would mean has to move again. We could go into Galway, misdirect it, misdirect Galway, go back there, and then go North Atlantic, and then land anywhere to win. I'll have to see. The Hunters have a lot of tricks up their sleeves still. We haven't seen any renewed vigors. Maybe they didn't draw any, but he's halfway through the deck. So you have to think that he got one of them. I'll have to see. Okay, Godalming moves. Oh, that's the. Is that the first slow horse of the game? I think so. He can't go North Atlantic. Yeah. By the time he gets into Dublin, he feeds and hides. North Atlantic will fall off. Thanks to the Immortal update. But the timing has to be spot on. I mean, if a vampire matures, then that just changes the game. Does Seward have another excellent weather? This is what it really looks like. Behind the veil. No fog. But now, Dracula might draw the fog. Unless he's already put fog down. Wow. Yep. So let's think about this, right? He's in Dublin now, right? So North Atlantic is here. So, if he feeds, North Atlantic goes here. Well, technically it slides first. So, North Atlantic moves here, feed. North Atlantic moves here, hide. Dracula misdirects Galway, North Atlantic's here. So North Atlantic just falls off the trail. Because the trail slides first. Oh, we got a card as well. Oh, wow. Nope, not Summon Storms. Summon Storms would end it. There's got to be a fog in Dublin. Yeah, well, oh, that's a really good point, actually. It's either a fog in Hamburg, because he's anticipating a renewed Vigor play after the Heroic Leap, or he saved it and he's kept it for either Galway or Dublin. He's now got 2 Dracula cards. These might help him win the game too. Gotta be careful though, because of the... Gotta be careful with things like Unearthly Swiftness. It doesn't advance time. It only allows Dracula to make more moves, but it doesn't advance time. Darkness Returns allows him to move time. Yeah, this excellent weather from Seward, I think, was ill-advised. I think he had to go into... I think he had to get to Non, excellent weather into Irish Sea, and then he can jump onto Dracula in Dublin, and then he'll be able to hurt Dracula so much that Dracula would never go to sea again, and he hasn't got the time to stay on Dublin. If he hides in Dublin, and, you know, it's maybe not GG, but then you also give time for Godalming to get onto this port. Really unfortunate for Godalming, he rolled slow, but he could have been on this port, moving across. Godalming could have moved into Britannica, Mina could move into Britannica to cover if necessary. So the big deal here is, does Seward have excellent weather? And if he does he have Forewarned to counteract the fog? Because there has to be a fog. There has to be a fog. Unless there's a fog in Hamburg that we don't know about. Oh, but because Dracula's hidden now, he's not going to get any points in Ireland. Oh, crumbs. Unless this is a vamp, but then Van Helsing's going to go and deal with the vamp, right? And because he gave the stake to... Godalming gave him his stake, surely. Surely. Oh. Oh, my goodness. But the thing is, if Seward does an excellent weather today, Dracula could just misdirect Galway and go back there. He doesn't need to feed on the spot. If he knows he's not protected in Dublin, unless he has double... Oh, no excellent weather. Unless he has double Reckless Vampire and he can vamp his way through. Double vamps, yeah. I just saw that. Double vamps could definitely be the thing. Misdirect Galway for 3 points, yes, absolutely. I guess the risk here, though, is once if there's an... if Godalming has excellent weather and he can jump onto Galway. It'd be a one-on-one. Oh, I don't know why Mina moved to Amsterdam if she's not doing anything. Right, so it's all going to come down. What's Hamburg? Can Van Helsing deal with it? Knights applying again. If there's a vampire in Hamburg and you've obtained Unearthly Swiftness, you just play it to mature it. I mean, if Dracula's obtained something... I don't know, what could he have got with those cards? Summon Storms you just play instantly. Here's the stake. Oh, there's fog in Hamburg. So there's no fog in Dublin. Unless he drew it because of the Behind the Veil. Oh. Oh, wow, this game is still in the balance. Because if only Dracula... Yeah, Dracula had to feed and then hide. But this way he cannot get points. So he's going to be on... He might misdirect Galway here. But he's still on 3 health. I guess that's the way you do it. Do you misdirect Galway and hope that no hunter can... There's no excellent weather or something that can get Godalming onto you? You don't even bother feeding. You just go North Atlantic and then you land to win. Darkness returns in Galway. Yeah, that's another way to play it. Yeah. Play Darkness returns in Galway, so then you instantly go into North Atlantic. Yeah. That's another way to play it. No, he's feeding. He's feeding in Dublin. Oh. So that means then Stuart's going to jump into him. Oh, what is happening? What is going on? Yeah, that's the fate. What are Dracula's cards? Maybe they're awful. Maybe they're just Oh, an Enrage would be pretty good if Stuart jumps in. But the thing is, Stuart could kill him one-on-one here. Unless these are really damaging encounters. He must be feeling really good about what he's protecting. I guess so. But once he got Surprising Return, Aggie could come back now for the night fight as well. I mean, if you're Fangs, you're going to have to take this night fight. One Surprising Return. There's still one kicking about. Maybe you didn't draw it. Double Mob. Ooh, Double Mob and Enrage would be a really nice combo. Yeah. Yeah, it could be False Tip. I mean, there's one False Tip in the discard pile already, because I got taken with Mystic Research, but you could have easily got the second one. Wild Horses, yeah, absolutely. Sensationist Press, yeah, Roadblock, yeah, they all could just be useless things. You're right, you're absolutely right. I mean... What do you do here as Fangs? Do you just go in for the fight? Wasn't Seduction. Right, because it would have triggered on... No. Because no vampire got searched. So that wouldn't have mattered. There wasn't a vamp in... It was Fog in Hamburg, remember? Not a vampire, so that wouldn't have mattered. And you wouldn't even use Seduction on... What would you use Seduction there? Maybe. You have to go in with Seward? Try and pummel him. The problem is Planned Ambush is still on Mina. Planned Ambush has to be traded off Mina and onto Seward. Right? There should have been a trade. I mean, I know Van Helsing had other things to do, right? Van Helsing had other things to do. He had to search this. But there should have been a trade earlier to get Planned Ambush off. Maybe Fangs expected Mina to move over. Hey, hello. I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation of your name. Would it just be Dennis? Dennis? No. Seward is just moving into... Interesting. So... If you don't go in with Seward, Drac wins by misdirecting Galway, then sailing and winning. Yeah, I don't... How did Dracula escape the CG? Just because he was in Frankfurt at the time. And because of CG token was put in Strasbourg, it did sort of block Dracula in a little bit. Second... How did I pronounce it second? Dennis? Are you the one who's in the Discord speaking Spanish? I think I recognize the name. Welcome to the stream. Mr. Galway. Yeah, maybe... Well, Unless there's a vampire lair. Maybe Fangs wants to bait Mistergreen into going into Galway. And then him going to Northern then he plays Vampire Lair. And then Mistergreen's in a really difficult situation in terms of, does he move 1 seat space, 2 seat spaces? Because you have to move then twice to win. Yeah, I don't understand it either. Oh, he's gone to C! What is going on? What is happening? Do neither of these players want to win? What is going on? I mean, North Atlantic's going to slide off the trail. Unless Galway's a vampire. Maybe that's Mistergreen's win condition. He's not going to... Oh, right. Because North Atlantic's going to slide off the trail, right? Oh, look at that. He has wild horses. Oh, come on, Mistergreen. You have to play them. Right. Yeah. He goes to North Atlantic. Galway then matures because no one can get to it in time. Well, Mina could get to it in time, though. But I guess he doesn't have a stake. That matures, and even with Vampire Lair, he'll be on 10 influence, so he just lands to win. I'm so confused. I am so confused. Galway matures, I don't know if his Swiftness is played. Oh, maybe, but I don't think he had to go to Iris C. I think he could have done that more easily, unless maybe he didn't calculate it properly. I don't know. Because you would have got 3 points for moving into Galway, right? The mature only gives you an additional influence. Maybe he's trying to work around the possibility of Vampire Lair. I guess that's the only thing I could be thinking. The only possibility. Okay, Mina's gonna go so she can get to Galway. But does she have a stake? I assume not. Now he misdirects Galway and wolf forms. But then 2 hunters. What if Gadami has excellent weather and Mina's sitting right beside you? I know you made that comment, Philly, before Mina's move. That's fine. I get maybe these events are useless. I mean, one of them's wild horses. I think if you have wild horses, you punt. Surely you move Gadami away from the coastline. So then he definitely needs renewed vigor, but there are 20 cards left in the deck. Surely he has renewed vigor. Maybe he doesn't. Oh. I don't get it. I don't understand. Land on a hunter still gives... Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, you're absolutely right. If you land on a hunter's location, it still gives you 3 influence. Yes. The problem is he can move on to Seward's space, but the problem is he'd only be up to 11 influence. Where's he going to get his other 2 influence from? Seward could just kill him. He's moving to North Atlantic. So the only... Oh, I see what you mean. You misdirect Galway, then you wolf form. Right, okay. I see what you mean. Right, because he could be in Botanic. Yeah. Sure. He could do a fake wolf form to Swansea, a wolf form to London, a wolf form to... Yeah. Speedy Telegraph? Why? I guess that Mina checks Galway, and if it's a vamp, then Gadami goes over to deal with it. But then you're just vacating the central part of the map. I'm so confused. Oh. What is happening? I don't know about ambushing with that. I don't think the ambush gives you anything. I think baiting into the night fight. I mean, Mina has an escape route no matter what, I suppose. Okay, there's the vampire lair. Oh, imagine if Mina has a stake now. Oh. I mean, it does give info, but the thing is she has an escape route, so you're never killing her. But it gives the hunters time to then respond to it. Does she have a stake? I mean, she's free away having it. Maybe she does have a stake. This whole last few days have just confused me so much. I think Mistergreen could have made this way easier than necessary. If I mean, Dublin could be Vamp. Mina can't deal with it. Can't deal with that unless Seward goes to deal with it. So then Godalming is tasked with trying to kill Dracula. Dracula's going to be on 2 or 1 health landing from North Atlantic. She has a stake. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh, so we would have got staked anyways. I guess burning the escape route is good. There's no way that Mistergreen survives 3 days now. Surely. Shh. There's no way. Unless he has unearthly swiftness. Right, I have to leave for 1 second. I've been summoned. Chat amongst yourselves. Right, I'm back. What is happening? What is happening? What have I missed? Tell me! What have I missed? What is in Dublin? What is happening? Okay, we got a roadblock. That's cool. But Godalming can work around that. Hoping for a night fight. What is happening? 2-on-1 new vampire fight? Possibly. You know more than me, people. Surprise return Agatha. Found Drac in Santander. Ooh. What did he ambush with? A mob. Okay. Is there a stake? There might be a stake. Oh! There's a Reckless! And he doesn't have a stake! But he's got 2 chances of killing it. But not if the hunter dies. Wait. Sue didn't take much damage. What did he throw away? Did he throw away his horse? No? Holy Circle. Stake. What is happening? Agatha came after the roadblock. Okay. I mean, they don't have it for the fight with Dracula. Fangs. Oh! Sit down, Seward. Oh. Okay. That's the first attempt failed. Yo, he has great strength. Do you need to play that? I guess it's irrelevant, right? If toss out bullets, which he now regrets. Or maybe Sue doesn't have a gun. I think I would have saved that for Mina. Whoops. Smiley face. No GG yet, though, from Mistergreen. Would you have used the great strength there? I mean, I guess if Mina dies, it's irrelevant, right? Because Dracula's going to win this turn. If the vamp matures, Dracula wins. I mean, good try with the Heavenly Host, right? Should have saved it for Mina. It's irrelevant. If Dracula had no influence, that's a different story. But because here Dracula wins if the vampire matures, who cares if it kills Mina? Only for the statistics. I mean, good try just trying out the Heavenly Host. Because there's a chance that Dracula does not draw Fangs. Or he doesn't play it, right? Not irrelevant. Is it not irrelevant? It is irrelevant. Great Strength gives him the fight for one more round. Maybe. No, okay, fine. I just assumed she'd be bitten to death, I suppose. No, okay, yeah, no, I understand it. No, that's a good point, Philly. Good Mesmerize. Yep, makes sense. Okay, so now Mina cannot kill this. She has to land the knife twice, and that's going to be extremely difficult, where the vamp knows she's going to try and do that. Yeah, okay, you're right. You hold it for Mina. Plotting. Punch, good punch. Yeah, it's an edge. Yeah, no, it's an edge case. It's an edge case, right? But the thing is, the vampire knows she doesn't have Heavenly Host, because 2 Heavenly Hosts got discarded, and Sue's just used his one. So the vampire is always just going to keep playing Strapes and Mesmerizes against her. He just wants to survive. He's not looking to kill. He's not in the position where he needs the influence to win the game, right? Okay. Doesn't break the knife. Claws. Mistergreen, you need to keep this vampire alive. Mina could kill now. Now this is where you need the great strength, right? Because imagine Mina could punch, and if the vampire hasn't drawn, well, any of the escapes, then you could just fang her. So I guess maybe it wouldn't have made a difference. Escape is, yeah, he can escape with anything, right? I don't think there's a situation. Escape is, well, it doesn't matter. He can escape his bat. Doesn't matter. Oh, he's fanging her just for the. Oh, nice dodge. But the thing is, like, he could just fang her if she punches and then she dies, right? If the great strength saved her, then she gets ejected from the combat anyway. Her knife's on cooldown. Yeah, now you have to escape his mist. Or you have to play strength. Let's give it. GG. Oh, she played Punch. Woo! Bloody hell, what a game. I think Mistergreen made it slightly harder for himself, but I'd also... flex, yeah, maybe just a flex. I feel as well, though, that I think Fangs had a chance to kill him, but the oh, that's the 4 points you need. Yeah, that's all you need. Wow, Dracula's on 1 point, but that's enough. I feel like Seward's move to the excellent weather move to London. I feel Seward had to be more aggressive there. Van Helsing drew renewed vigor for tomorrow. Oh. Damn. Yeah, that's true. Wild Horse would actually make it really difficult. He was right not to go back to Galway because of Vampire Lair. But he would have got points for it, though. Right? The Galway would have cancelled out the Vampire Lair. And Dublin would still be something that they would have to deal with. And Mina would find it really hard to move through Dracula to get there with the stake. They would have to take it on with no stake, still. So... in the end, it worked out for Mistergreen, but I definitely feel there was definitely a way that that could have been lost. I was a bit confused about Seward's movement. If Seward had been a little bit more aggressive, I mean, I get it, right? Jumping into a Reckless Vampire and a Mob, that would have been a bad decision. But Seward kept moving backwards and forwards and was not supplying and things like that. It's tricky. It's really tough. Go down. Oh, they're talking about movement. Dracula couldn't risk landing on him at 3 HP, protected by just one encounter. It all depends on where Mina was. Right? If Mina was in North Sea, she can't jump on him. He'd be able to get out in time. Oh, it's roadblock. Don't need to ask that. Risky strategy for Drac at the end. As I said earlier, Seward's delay in the Irish Sea made him think he didn't have full warn of fog was a risk. Yeah. Yeah, maybe you're right. Roadblock placement was an error. Godalming was a non. You can block him in. He allowed Godalming to force Holster to lose. True, but then was there a good luck kicking around? Could have got Godalming out depending on movement and such. Hey Fangs, good effort. Tough game. That was a really swingy game. I felt like Mistergreen had a really good advantage early. I think he didn't capitalize on his advantage enough. With Seward and Godalming getting really beaten up. Got the 7 points, which is still good, but Fangs was able to recover really well, and with those horses getting everybody across, the CG was not that ineffective, actually. I feel the CG was good because of the way Dracula had moved. There was a way that Dracula could have easily sneaked out of it. The heroic leap was the thing that sort of changed it, because Dracula lost a huge amount of health, and then suddenly all the hunters were close enough that they could jump on him. So I had to leave Hamburg early and throw down the fog in Hamburg really early, so didn't have it for Ireland. But then there's a lot of risks involved after that for Dracula's side. But yeah, unfortunate not to have drawn renewed vigor. That's tough early on, and then yeah, I think it was the excellent weather with Seward that was maybe the issue. I think Seward could be a little bit more aggressive with it or move slightly differently, but it was a really close game, and it shows, you know, it was number 3 seed against number 4 seed, and it was the game was really close. But I'm gonna cut the stream just because I'm really hungry. I need my dinner. Mrs. Scott has already had her dinner. And is wondering why the hell I'm not there with her watching TV or whatever. But congratulations, Mr. Green. Very, very well played. Came into the tournament. Wasn't even in the original roster of wasn't in the original roster of participants, but they came in to replace a player who dropped out, and has played extremely well, and has always conducted himself fantastically. Got 4th in the league, had a good win against Geo in the quarterfinals, was this close to knocking out Pizza Wizard in the semi-final, and then has played 2 good games here to claim 3rd place. Also a really good tournament from Fangs. Definitely now one of the sort of the more experienced cohort, sort of in that middle group, but has really improved a lot in the last 6 months. So really good effort, getting 3rd place. 11 wins? Yeah, 11 wins out of 16 in the league. Very good effort. Yeah, not too shabby getting to semi-finals and finishing 4th. That's not too bad at all. Very good. I drew it just before I used it. Yeah. I'm not complaining about if you didn't draw it. That's not your fault. That's just the way the deck was to work out. I just don't know how good the move to London was. I see why, because you want to get onto Britannica to try to stop Dracula from moving over there. But I feel other hunters could have done that. I feel Seward had to go to Ireland quicker. But that's just me. But it's really hard to do that if you don't have renewed vigor to easily combo with it to get him across by the North Atlantic route. It's really tough. And it's easy for me to sit here and say it. I'm not the one playing. You're the one who's sitting there with all the cards and looking at what you're able to do and the situation you're in. It's a really close game. It's really back and forth. Really good. Yeah, really good game against 2 experienced players. We both played really well in the league phase and throughout the knockouts. So really good. Very enjoyable stuff. Thank you to everybody who's been watching the live stream. Who was in here? I mean, Fangs of Fire has just dropped in. Roscoe was here. Philly was here. Gyro was here. Skybreaker was here as well earlier. I don't know if Skybreaker's still here, but he was earlier. And thank you to everybody who's watching this back. Oh, Wizardkagic was here as well. Wizardkagic does not know the result of the game, by the way, so nobody spoil it to him. Yeah, really good effort by both players. And that's the 3rd place playoff done. The final will not be until next weekend. I was happy to play. Pizza Wizard is busy with various things. And since I'm not in a rush to play the final, then we're going to delay for a week. But next weekend, we'll have the final. I don't know how we're going to play. If we're playing 1 match per day or we'll do a double header. I don't know. We'll figure it out, and we'll post stuff in the Discord. I'll put stuff up on my community page as well. Oh yeah, Vampire Lair was good. Yeah, really good effort. It came out just at the right time, and it did cause a lot of problems for him. Yeah, especially in dealing with the vampire and go away too. Really nicely done. Yeah, and then it's just a flip of a coin of combat. That Reckless Vampire could have died, and then sure, there'd only be 1 hunter to deal with Dracula, and Dracula could have evaded Godalming, but without the roadblock, it'd have been really close. Very, very close. No, good game all around. Very good game. Definitely a good way to finish. Sorry, to finish off this series. So yep, no more League of Dracula stuff until the final next weekend. So keep an eye out for that. I know Pizza Wizard and I will record our perspectives. Hopefully we can get some neutral perspectives recorded too, and try and get a variety of commentators. We can see who's free. We'll work out near the time. Yeah, thank you everybody for joining me. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your Friday night, whatever you're up to. And I will, just a little plug, I'll do a stream tomorrow, playing some Wingspan and maybe some Board Game Arena, or maybe some Calico, we'll see. I'll announce the time later on. So feel free to hop in if you just want to have a calm stream and, you know, just chat with me. If you don't understand how Wingspan works, don't worry. Neither do I. So it's a nice chilled out stream. Nothing too intense. And see you all soon, folks. Take care, everybody. And if you're watching this back afterwards, hope you've enjoyed it. And feel free to leave any comments below. Take care, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon.